Welcome to Mishaps and Miracles. I'm your host, Jennie V, and today we have my cousin, Angie.
Hello.
I want to say thank you for supporting me and not just this podcast and being on my podcast, but for supporting me my whole entire life. You are my cousin, but you are my sister cousin. So, those of you who don't know what that is a cousin who is closer and more like a sister. So it's not the Arkansas kind of cousin sister, but she has been my lifeline and been there with me through all of life's ups and downs since day one. And so we are going to talk about and embellish on some of the stories from our childhood and just talk about whatever other subjects come up.
And I don't have sisters, I only have brothers. So that is why Jenny's like a sister to me, for sure.
Yep.
So,
And we fight, we've been known to fight
yeah.
like sisters in our childhood. And
yeah.
I wouldn't say so much in our adulthood, but I definitely know back in the days of being at grandma's that we used to get into it pretty heavy, and it like started with so just for reference, Angie's a few years older than me. She has always been the person I looked up to. I wanted to be like her. She always had like pretty hair and big eyes, and she always had cute clothes. And we grew up in the 80s, and so they were like the barrettes that were like
With the ribbon.
ribbon, ribbon, like little braids, and then they would have little beads. And so if she got them,
So cute.
I want. If she had them, I wanted them. I wanted to be just like her. I wanted to do everything. When we went through our Cabbage Patch era. So when Cabbage Patch Kids came out in 1983, yes, we are that old. We got those for Christmas, so we carried those bad boys around like they were our children. And
Once we got one.
Once we got one.
How hard they were to get, too.
Yeah.
People were buying them around, back order. Yeah.
I was like, what's
That
it
was
like a
crazy.
Beanie Baby or American Doll crates? That was kind of like that. Like, where
I just remember the Cabbage Patches were real hard to get. So anybody that got one, they were like something special because they got one.
So I was showing my kiddo the other day. I was showing him my Cabbage Patch Kids, and we were laughing at them. And then I was showing him the clothes that Grandma made us.
Oh yeah.
So our grandmother was a seamstress, and she used to make us custom clothes, and we had fur coats and dresses and pajamas and rompers and you name it.
That's some cute stuff.
Yeah. So I found my bag. But they were involved in a flood somewhere. In one of
Mine were involved in the flood.
Yes, so they're all like, I need to just throw them away, but they had sentimental value. The clothes, the dolls are fine.
No, my dolls were really good. Yeah. The basement got wanted, so got rid of a lot of stuff.
So we have a lot of memories from Grandma's house. What would you say are like your favorite memories? And that's
my favorite memory. I'd have to say it is just playing in the backyard. We didn't have phones. We didn't have, like anything that kids have now. But going in the backyard with is it called center blocks?
Yeah.
Making our like fake kitchen stove thing, making mud pies and acting like we're cooking and serving each other. And then playing with grandma's, even though I hate freaking cats. Sorry to everybody, but I hate cats. And she had kittens back there. I remember we played like those were our babies, the kittens.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the kittens?
I mean, I remember her having them.
They were born under the porch, like under the deck somewhere. And
She wouldn't get them.
no. She would feed them. That's why she.
What I'm going to say is, I remember the cats. I don't remember touching them or playing with them because I'm highly allergic to them.
That's probably why then. That makes sense. No, I think I was the one holding them, and yeah. Now
you really want to get eyes in?
Oh, probably. I don't know. Throwing at you. Yeah, that might have happened.
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember us making the mud pies. Like Uncle Richard, he made us like the little spatulas and the big mixing tools, and then we had bowls and. And we would use grandma's I don't even know what those little mini pies. She would save the little
tins.
And that's what we like 5 we would stick them in the sun and just let them bake however long. And then do you remember the boys come in and like give our pies and destroy them?
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Not like the decision making of our life.
Yeah.
Make them, they destroy it and make it again.
Yep.
So, like, do you remember when we used to do like May Day? I remember pictures of like that, but I don't really remember.
Oh,
like the May crowning or something.
Yeah, it was the May crowning, and they'd go to the St. John the Divine Church, and Grandma would. It was like the crowning of the Virgin Mary, and Grandma had rose bushes, so she would cut like all the fresh roses, and we would have to get all dressed up to go to the crowning of the Virgin Mary, go to mass, and then put the flowers with her. We'd take like our roses up there. I do remember that.
I just remember like loving to get dressed up no matter what.
Oh, Grandma made us get dressed up for church. There was no wearing like how people dress now. You can wear anything. It's fine to go to church like that. But back then, she made us like wear dresses, pantyhose, was dress shoes, hair had to be all perfect.
Do you remember the older ladies had to wear like
the little veil thing?
The veil, yeah, like the doily.
It looked like a doily. Yeah,
the veil. I think it was like for red.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's crazy is I'm going to like church a few times here recently, and I see like I think on one of the women's retreats that I went to at the Catholic church, not the other women's retreat, but at the Catholic church, and there was like a young girl in her 20s. She was wearing it. I was like, please tell me we're not bringing that back. Yeah. So, I mean, I love Jesus, but I was like, I'm not
trying to go that far.
No, I'm good. We graduated from that phase, and I'm not trying to go back there.
Yeah, you remember that though. Them wearing like the little lace things with their head.
Yeah. Well, and like the crazy part is like we used to go to church as a family too. You remember that? Like 2 or 3 pews.
When St. John the Divine was there, back then we had at least 2 or 3 pews full of all the family and our mom, dad, siblings. And we couldn't look at each other because we'd start laughing, and then we'd get pinched on the back of the arm for acting up. You ever get? Well, I know I would get.
Nobody cared about child abuse back in those days.
Oh no, I would get my back of my arm pinched and twisted for messing around.
I got my ears pulled.
That's the back of my arm that hurt. So, because if I looked at Chris or you or anybody, and we'd start laughing about something. Anything, like the lady sitting on the front of the church that was off key, like those kind of things, we'd be like, oh my God.
She was such a beautiful singer, but she was always.
But it would make us laugh because I think that's the only person you could hear. It wasn't even about not singing good. It was just like, it would be quiet and we would be lip syncing because our parents would want to sing. They'd tell us, you need to sing. Look at the book and like pointing at the words, and we'd be like, lip syncing. We didn't want to sing
because they were paid all that good money to send us to Catholic school so we could be good little chitlins at that. Right?
Well, yeah, but the Catholic schools are good, but
they're not always.
I think once we get out of school, after having one of those roles, that's when you're like, that tends to be a little obnoxious kids.
Well, that's the thing that's funny is because like Chris and I, we ended up going to public school, and everybody else went all the way through Catholic school until they graduated from high school, and I ended up being the holy roller, which is kind of ironic.
That does happen.
But you know what? I learned more after. Like I learned more. Like I was talking to someone the other day, and I told them, I said, I learned more from people on the streets, like unholy bad people, about humanity and goodness and love than I did like
in school.
My Catholic school experience wasn't great. So, but like I got bullied a lot, and it was not a pleasant experience. So when I went to public school, and I got new friends, and
you're happier.
Oh God, yeah, I was happy, and like you said, there weren't so many rules, so there wasn't like really anything to break. You couldn't break what you weren't. Are like restricted.
Yeah, there's not as many rules. Yeah,
like you would just be like, well, I mean, I'm not gonna get in trouble if I don't do that or if I do that. So
yeah,
I mean, obviously you have like family rules, your house rules, like respectful, don't do this, do what I tell you to do, don't talk back. Which I've always had a problem with that.
So,
Most of them. Like, mommy got pinched.
Well, is after the last word.
I was telling somebody yesterday, I went to a thing at school and one of the moms, I don't like her. She's really bossy. And I just kind of looked at her and I go, well, usually bossy people don't like bossy people. And she looked at me and she like understood what I was trying to say.
Yep.
And it hit hard. She was like, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
You know? Yep. I don't really, I was going to say, I don't really like to be bossy, but I think that's a lot.
It's just part of my nature, I think. You're bossy. I don't know.
Do you
I
think,
feel like just always been like that.
do you think it's because of the women in our family?
I
Like,
think so.
because I mean, your mom's pretty.
Well,
Like,
she's bossy.
she's bossy and she's pretty. I mean, she's smart and she's pretty to the point.
So she's blunt, is what you mean. Like she can tell it like it is.
Her birthday's the day before mine, so I can't.
Yeah, you guys are similar. We have a lot of similarities. Yeah.
I do try to back up sometimes though, when I'm just kind of like,
just kind of enter a little more gently sometimes. With my mom, anyway. Because sometimes she can be a little harsh, and you're like, "Wow, did you just tell me I'm fat?" Like in a nice way. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just like the way.
That's how.
That's how she is, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
That's how whole family though. They're like very socially unaware of their couth, like our lack of couth. Like, you don't tell somebody like, "Hi, oh my God, it's nice to meet you. Wow, you're skinny now."
Yeah, skinny now, or
you're fat.
Yeah,
or
it's kind of that they want to use the fat word. They'll just say a nicer way. Okay.
You're big. She's gotten big.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, she ate 2 eggs instead of 1.
Did you see her plate?
Did you see her plate?
Did you see her eat 2 plates?
She went back for a second. She went back for a second serving because that was good. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember when I was little, it used to be, those are kind of my memories. I have really great memories at grandma's, but I also have very traumatized memories at grandma's. So, you know, I chalk it up now to like realizing that I probably was overeating out of emotional distress over my mom. But at that time, I didn't know. I just thought I was hungry all the time. But yeah, I remember being called out at the table for being a pig, you know, certain uncle and and it,
I mean that will traumatize you. I mean that's
it's still
I don't think they think that sometimes, or they're not thinking what they call. Like it's just something. Yeah, exactly. And it's just rude.
But yeah, I am blunt, and I do say, I would say that in the last 5 to 10 years, I've kind of started paying attention more to my words and how, like, I'll take time to, like, does that really need to be said?
Yeah.
Or is there a different way to say it? Or like even a way of, you know, like before you say, if I say something and I realize like, oh my God, that was so rude, or that came out so wrong. And I'll go back and I'll say, hey, you know, I am really sorry that I said that. And I know that I hurt you and I apologize for you. You know, I don't want him to end up like this bitch, you know?
Yeah, I mean, eventually probably is going to think like that. That's just part of his, they're growing up. They're not exactly going to love us or like they used to when they're little.
I know.
It's always different. They change. Like,
he's already starting to think like, he told me the other day, he announced, he was like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get you a kiss on the cheek next year for school. I might just start giving you like, holding your hand.
Above?
Give you a hug. I was like, no, it's not. As long as I'm your Uber driver, I get a kiss on my cheek. I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember AJ just coming to the age where he just took off. Be like, I'd put the window down. Bye would be good. Like, you can't even say that.
I was your favorite girl until yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the girls too, and girls of course. Girls have girl attitude. You know how that goes. Well, not really, but you only have a boy. I have 2 of them.
I mean, I temporarily have girls, and they were pretty blunt too. So
yeah, but they can be hurtful, you know.
Yeah, and you know that's one thing that I've realized like too with the girls. It's like I think sometimes we project on them. When we see like, you know, the one that really got me was like projection. It's like I had heard a story about grandma. she grew up in a house in Mexico with like dirt floors, and they were very poor.
Mhm.
And she would always say that your mom was spoiled and that she had everything she wanted. And then, I was talking to her and she was like, well, your grandma and my dad lived in, a house with dirt floors, and they didn't have very much. And your grandma used to collect the dolls because all she ever learned when she was a little girl was a real doll. And all she had was dolls with like,
Is that why she collected the dolls? Honestly, I never knew. I just knew she loved dolls.
yeah. And she said, and I think that when she looked at your aunt's life and how much she had, and then she would cry and she would be like whining about it, and she would, like she couldn't understand how somebody who had so much was still not happy.
Mm.
And it really made me think, because I was like, well, damn, how many times, like I know when I had the girls living with me, there would be times that I'm like, how do they not know how to do this? They're already 16 or they're already 18.
That's true.
But I also grew up at a very young age being a housemaker because my mom was sick. So it was part of survival in our household.
Well, even though I was older than you, I feel like you knew a lot more than I did. Like, as far as growing up, like you said too, because your mom taught you a lot. But like you said, you had to know a lot too. But I felt like sometimes you were teaching me things that my mom didn't tell me. You know what I mean? And I was like, how does she know this? But I don't. But my mom I don't know if it's just the old school way or what, but they didn't talk about it.
They didn't talk about
Anything for that matter.
And
Leading into that, even like menopause, now I try to ask my mom, and my mom's like, I don't know. I got all that taken out, so I didn't even really go through it. And I'm like, oh, thanks for the info. You know what I mean?
That's standard. Here's the thing: is every woman in our family, and in my case, on both sides of the family. So all my mom's sisters,
Mhm.
and then your mom being my only active aunt.
That lived
Like
close
that was
by.
close by. Our other aunts were older, and
Mhm.
they probably were more like they could have been our grandma's age.
Mhm.
But like, what did I ask your mom? She had her hysterectomy when she was like in her late 30s or her late 40s.
Early 40s.
And then all my mom's sisters all had hysterectomies, and my mom had a hysterectomy before she had passed away because of the health issues.
Yeah.
They just didn't find any risk. So I honestly don't think that they know how to answer a question because they're not going through it like we are.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Mama Lady. Mama Lady's like, she answers a lot of my questions.
Yeah, she's able to answer for you, which is good. Now, my person would have been my aunt, Annette, who had passed away, because she used to answer all my questions.
She was nervous.
And she was, no, not Annette. My grandma was.
Your Grandma Mary was.
Grandma Mary was.
Yeah. But that was pretty sad too.
But Annette, she was like a really smart lady, and she just, she knew a lot of things, and I don't know, and I was able to ask her anything and everything. So she was my person. And then till she passed away, so.
How old was she when she passed away?
She was only in her 50s.
I was going to say, I still remember that day because I remember we used to go over there all the time. We used to spend a lot of time with her, like when you first had Kayla.
And she didn't have kids, never got married, so she, like, when I had Kayla, that was like her baby. And I feel like, because Kayla's really smart, and all my kids are smart, but I mean, Kayla spent a lot of time with Annette, and Annette likes to read books, and like, she taught her how to do like 100-piece puzzles. I swear she was doing 100-piece puzzles when she was like 30.
Yeah.
Not even joking.
Yeah.
Like she would just whip those things together because then they used to like to be puzzles. So, but yeah, she was only, I think, all my dad's family except for me, he's got a couple brothers left. But my grandma, she was only in her 50s. She's the one that's a nurse. And then that was only in her 50s, and my dad was only 68, 69. So, yeah. Still pretty young. I mean, 50s is young to me because I mean, I'm already in my, 50s. So,
we're menopausal age.
Yes.
I'm 48.
Mhm.
And for me, like, I mean, I don't know if you feel this way because Annette was almost kind of like, I mean, she was your aunt, but she was also kind of like a second mother to you. But
Yeah.
like something like an unspoken thing that Chris and I never talked about, but we both felt, and it was kind of weird at the time. Like when we finally actually had the conversation. I remember it was my 37th birthday. I was 37. I was getting ready to turn 38, and I was super emotional. And he's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm getting ready to turn 38, and that's older than mom. Older than mom got to be, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know I don't know what this life is going to be like after this point, because all I got is the reference point was 37 years, and then 11 of the 37 were perfect and sick. So like being 48, most women do not like telling people their age. I'm very proud of it, just because, like, for me, it's a badge of honor. I'm like, I've made it 11 years longer than my mom has, and I made it out to myself when I was little that everything that I did was going to be as like a dedication to her. Like, so everything I did was going to be big. Yes. Because I was doing it for both of us, But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting that you're telling me that I taught you a lot because you taught me a lot. And yeah, I think with me, I'm just a kind of a risk taker.
Yeah.
But yeah. So was I like that? Was I like that when I was little too?
I think so.
Really? I don't remember.
I was more like timid and scared of things, and I think you were like the younger kids, and I'll be like, "Oh, come on, you big sissy, come on, let's do it. Let's blow it up. Get on this roller coaster. It's not even scary." I think
I tell myself. Yeah. I think I tell myself that just so I don't like stop living. But
yeah, I don't do roller coasters now for sure.
Oh,
Last time I did, I swear my face was like beet red, like my blood pressure went like so high. And I told myself that's it. That was my last roller coaster. So I'm not doing this anymore.
I've been on more roller coasters for 3 years than I have probably like the last 15, 20 years, just because.
Going with Felipe on nights, and I've been.
Oh my God, that guy is a daredevil. He's like, "Come on, go with me. What are you gonna do? Walk around the amusement park?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, I get excited if my little kids.
This is a funny story because both my girls were the fearless ones with roller coasters or any ride. They go on anything, like the ones where the floor drops, you're spinning in circles, all that. There's no way I could go on anything that's spinning in circles without getting sick. Now, AJ, the one that you would think wouldn't be afraid, he rode dirt bikes his whole life since he was little. Fearless, popping willies, just all the crazy stuff that he's done. Burnouts and racing at the racetrack, and his Mustang, all the old cars. He's one that don't do roller coasters.
That's surprising.
And you know why? Because he don't have control.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's not the one in control of driving, whatever. Like, he's used to being in control. So he's not controlling that. And then he hates roller coasters. That's one of his biggest fears. And he has rode a roller coaster, but not.
That's gonna be funny if like Bethling's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be I want to ride."
He's not gonna ride with him. Jesse will.
Jesse will.
Jesse will, for sure. And then Lily, she's my quiet one, but she's fearless too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She does more meek.
Yes. She's like quiet, but she's smart. Hanging after her big sis and being hers too. But yeah, she's my only one. So. She's the baby. She's spoiled. Like sometimes when Angie will go out to dinner and it's like, "Well, let's see what Lily wants." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" It's like, "Why does she get to pick what we're eating?" And he's like, "Because she's the baby." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, and then she's over there with a little smirk on her face. But
those babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a baby.
I know.
And my little brother's still baby, and I'm married to a baby.
I think it's good to balance out an oldest child marrying a baby too, because I think if you get to,
because he's my big man child.
Well, sometimes.
Oh, he is.
Well, because I think the oldest one kind of has like a innate, even though they're not the parent, they think they are. Like they have like the protector, like You know, it's my job to make sure all your little soldiers are doing what you're supposed to. And I think the youngest one's just like, I don't care. Like, whatever.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
You know? And it's funny because I
He
am
was way more
very,
passive, like just more
Yeah.
calm and
I'm a very bossy person, or I'm a very,
we know you're bossy, but
I would like to call myself a leader more than a boss.
yeah, you are.
I don't like having to tell people what to do. I want people to have the common sense or the respect enough to do what they're supposed to do. And I'm actually pretty like, if I'm with somebody who's a very strong leader or has a very dominant personality, I am actually, which is surprising to most people. No, it is easy. Like at my job right now, I have my boss. She's boss leader, whatever. She's super intelligent. I mean, super smart. She knows exactly why we're doing what we're doing. She knows how to test it. She knows how to make sure it's working right. She can tell you why. And I'm a but why kid. Not to be difficult, but I'm a big picture person, so I need like full understanding of something. Like I'm not generally a person.
You're gonna ask a lot of questions.
Because I'm inquisitive.
Trying to understand
I want to
what's going on.
understand. Yeah, I want to understand, but a lot of times it gets taken as defiance, and they're like, "Why do you have to be so difficult?" And I'm like, because I'm not the type of person that you can just be like, because I said so. Especially if you're a moron and you have a track record of like making bad decisions, and you tell me because I said so, I am not following your dumbass. Not gonna happen. Now, like with her or with people that I say have very strong, I've had friends that have strong personalities. Go plan a whole trip, and I tell them, tell me what they were going, how much money do I owe you, and what do I need to bring? That is for me like the most like, and I know it's surprising to hear, but for me, that's the kind of like, that's peace to me. Like I don't have to make a decision. I have to make decisions all the time.
Yeah, so at that point you're like, plan it and just tell me these three things.
Just tell me what to be, and I will do it. Telling me I will be there.
I'm ready for a vacation.
Oh, where we going?
I don't know, but we need to. I was thinking about that because we did that trip a long time ago to Cancun. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if Mexico is a good place to go right now. Let's just be real.
Well, I'm lucky about the trip.
I'm trying to something. And that was me, you, and my mom. And my mom's getting older, so I mean, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking of our experience at.
Oh my gosh! I thought you were just talking about in general going next year, but it's pragmatic. Yes. Yeah.
You and your mom, your wife felt the same.
No, that was something. Yeah, on the hammock thing, we got split.
It just kept going. It just kept going and I was just laughing.
I would tell her, okay, now go this way so we can get out. And then she'd go the opposite way. I'm like, Mom! And we were like wrapped in there. And I'm like, oh. And we were laughing so hard, my mom ended up literally pissed my pants. Like, that was so. And luckily, I had like extra change of clothes in my bag just in case somebody needed it. Yeah. Yeah. But, and I almost borderline peed my pants, but she's full.
And then
I got what you got shit on.
I was just getting ready to have shit on by the Seagull.
We were trying to be all cute on the beach. We had our little pineapple drinks that were like so cute for picture time. And we're just laying there and just chilling and having a good time. And next thing you know, Jennie's like, what was that?
Well, did you see what I did? Is because we were kind of like in those low chairs.
Yeah.
And it pooped right on my thigh.
Yeah.
So I got the sand and I like scooped up the sand and then I was like
rubbing it off.
And you were like, what just happened? And I was like, oh, the Seagull shit on my head.
Yeah.
And you were cracking it up.
Well, we just couldn't stop laughing at that. And that was the hammock thing right after that. So it was that day was crazy.
Wow. Your mom and I
don't know what they take on drinks, but something. Something like that.
And then we went to Cozumel. We went to Cozumel. Me and your mom went on the ferry. And we thought we had money. And $15.
And I didn't go because I didn't get motion sickness. You guys went off that ferry, so I was like, I'm not doing it. And my mom's like, we can't leave you by yourself. I was like, yes, you can. You can leave me by myself. I'm fine. I got the beads. I'm
What
gonna
about
lay here.
friends?
I fell asleep. Who falls asleep? Like who? I must have been tired, not sleeping good at night, but I
Did
fell
you
asleep.
miss your honey?
I got up and I was like, "Hmm, shit, I think I fell asleep. That's dangerous." So then I just went back up to the room and I looked like a freaking tomato. I was bright red.
And then
That was a terrible burn.
that was a terrible burn because that Mexico sun is like,
It was way different because I think that's why I fell asleep. I was laying out and there was just like a nice breeze right over the ocean.
what about
Yeah, that
when
you
you
go
would
good.
keep the guy up at the bar for like a month's hand?
I don't remember that
That
shit.
was so weird. I couldn't
That
believe
is
it.
rude.
Like, I thought he was gonna kiss her hand, and that was kind of cute and married, and he just licked us. It's kind of like, did you just lick her fucking hand? Like,
Who licks
who
somebody's
licked
hand?
somebody's hand? What's wrong with you? Who raised you? I think his parents were up there, but I was just
Yeah, that was weird.
that's
You were the weird thing, but
well,
Very
I'm sure. I don't, oh, wasn't that the same guy that she wrote something in
she's the one.
sunscreen on?
Yeah, she was over there hanging out with them. Like, just,
The friends convinced her to like
yeah.
write something on him because
Well,
he was
he
drunk
was passed out. He was passed out.
and she wrote something on his chest.
It was with sunscreen. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was being a little rebellious.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, you should have put it over here. What are you doing? She was making friends with everybody. Anybody and everybody at that time.
And that's when
Was she drinking with us on it? Yeah, she did. She did. I think she was having shots of tequila or something. Because she likes tequila.
I don't know. I mean, that was like the funnest, most like outgoing. No,
The only thing she didn't do with us is that night when we went to Senor Frogs.
yeah, that was funny too.
And we went on, I don't think we did there. I don't even know. We went on a
party shuttle.
Oh, that's what it was. There was a party shuttle that went back and forth from yeah. And we met some older couple.
There was the Froggy bus.
Yeah.
So, ironically, the couple that we met on the Froggy bus happened to be the same couple that loaned us
That's what it
$100
was.
and went to Cozumel.
Yeah.
Because they remembered me and they were like, "You were on the party bus." And I
That's
was
right.
like, "Yes." And apparently I don't know how to make good choices because here we are again. No
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
And another
Because you guys had forgot to take.
No, what happened was she had like money separated in the files.
Oh.
And so she saw like the outside bill and just grabbed it.
Oh.
And she thought it was the one that had like 100 in it.
That's what it was.
And it had $15 in it. And you know what was crazy? So we went, they gave us the money, they lent us the money when we got there, but and told us, we're at the single time, pay us, yeah, it's no problem. But I remember buying a chain and a medallion and got a henna tattoo, and we only spent the same $15 we spent. We didn't even use the money that they gave us. It was weird. I don't know. Prices are cheaper.
They are cheaper, yeah.
In actuality, yeah.
Yeah, I remember buying it cheap. Yeah. I think I just ran across one over there. I remember that. This is the chain it broke. Yeah. I was thinking I might get a check for leaving.
I was thinking of maybe planning a 50th birthday party at Greece. I've always wanted to go to Greece. That's like my dream place. But I don't know. I mean, with everything being, like you said, with everything being the way it is right now around the world, I don't think that Americans are anybody's favorite people right now.
No.
So we would have to go somewhere.
Fortunately not.
We would have to go somewhere where we would be safe. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about, you've been a hairstylist, and talking about we've done everything together, like literally we have done everything together. So when I was in high school, I was a receptionist at Fantastic Sam's, and my beautiful cousin here had just got out of cosmetology school, and she worked there with me.
Yep, he told me there for me. So I was like, oh, it's John. I'll try it. Fantastic Sam's, because it's all walk-ins and you got what I just knew that. How long I was there.
So I started at that job in like 1995.
Okay.
94, 95. So that would have been about when you had Kayla, or right before or right after?
I had it in 94. Yeah, I had finished hair school because I went to high school. So that 92 is when I graduated, and I went to hair school for a year. So I was double hair school, like 93, and I got pregnant in 94. So I think I was already working there when I was pregnant. I don't remember being pregnant there.
I think
Working
so.
with him and Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who else? Was Joy there?
Joy was there sometimes. She would come
Was
and
she
help.
from
but
another store? Yeah.
She was from another store, but she would come and help sometimes. She was sister-in-law with me.
Yep. Yep.
And then you know, I work
Yeah,
at G now, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Judy works with me.
I love them. They're
Yeah.
both so nice.
And so we were on a business meeting one day, and she's like, "I love her. She used to work for me when she was in high school." And they're like, "What?" Like, that was a long time ago. But okay, so since you've worked there, you have worked for like how many different places?
I've only worked, this is my third place. Because I worked at a desk stamp for a while, and then I went to the nail gel, which was with Vanessa Van and, well, Vanessa Menace now, and Mrs. Kim Rogers, and who is a heel. And we still talk. We still do lunch together every now and then. We're trying to get together now, and it's been so hard. Just trying to go have lunch. It's been hard. It's all of your schedules are so different.
You guys don't have.
Well, yeah, we tried, and well, we'll get together eventually. It's been every 2 months. And then now I'm at Hairaholics, and with my boss Stephanie McClure. He's the one that runs that salon. I work with Steve Reagan, which a lot of people know. Um, but I've been there for, I think, I want to say 10 to 12 years already.
Hey, has it been? Yeah, it has, because I remember when I first had Felipe, I used to take his pack and play.
Yep.
And I would send his pack and play.
I didn't know it had been that long. Yeah.
He's gonna be 13 already.
Yeah, so it's been like 10, 11 years, something like that. I know it. I asked her the other day, does she know? Because it didn't seem like it's been that long, but it has. Yeah.
My little partner in crime, he's done everything.
Yeah, you just took that amount of pack and play. He was always good. You get color, you just chill and do it all pack and play. And he's all grown up with a deep voice and more grown
He's
up.
taller than me.
He is tall. Now he doesn't think we're funny. Like, it's just like,
Do you remember how happy and goofy he used to be? And like,
we were so
now,
funny. Now,
yeah,
he's like,
now he's just like,
I'm all
he told me
famous.
this morning. He told me this morning, he goes, "Oh," he's like, "You get on my nerves."
Oh.
And I go, "Oh, trust me, I understand."
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Well, and then I had like, I don't know if it was perimenopausal lack of sleep or just everything going on in the world, lack of sleep, but
yeah.
I think I got two, maybe 3 full hours of sleep last night. So I already woke up and I was in a shitty bed, and then the dog pooped on the floor.
Oh,
And so
I don't miss that.
So like
Having a dog.
yeah, so I come down before, I come down first thing and I get everything ready in the morning, and I'm like, probably a good like 10, 15 minutes before I wake him up, and yeah, I come down and go on the floor, and like, dog, I swear. And then I was already tired, and it was dark, and I didn't want to get up. I just wanted to sleep myself, and then around, well, 9. That's what my normal bed. That's what my normal. I'm not a morning person, so. But yeah, he used to be so happy and cheery, and now he's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's got a deep voice, and he's got 20-year-old women hitting on him, and
Yeah, speaking of, yeah, because your dad just came in today, and I was talking to him, and we were talking about Felipe, how I was like, he's just so grown up now. He's not a baby anymore. And your dad was like, have you heard his voice? And I was like, yeah, it's changed. It sounds like a man voice now. And he just laughed. I was like, he said now, he said he used to come over and pop my ear off. He said now he's looking down on his phone, and I'm like, Felipe, put your phone down so we can talk. Like, have a conversation like they used to. And he's like, he just looks at him like, whatever. I guess I'll put my phone down. But yeah.
he secretly really loves the talks with my dad, though, because sometimes he'll come back and be like, "Mom, did you know this?" Or I was talking to Grandpa.
I tells him old stories. From
Yeah, he tells an old story.
Yeah. When he was a coach.
When he was a coach, when he was in the military.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
Felipe would ask questions about my mom because he hears us, he hears us talk about.
He wants to know.
He wants to know from a different perspective. So, like, what kind of person she was.
Yeah, he's asked me before, too.
Yeah, because he does. He'll ask me, like, who are you? Like, who remembers her? And I'm like, I would say probably, I was like, I don't know. I would say maybe Jessica might have some memories. She probably,
I would say.
I was like, but I don't know. I don't know the other.
It might be the.
I would say that would probably be
Maybe it ended up in the face.
Yeah. So I was, I don't know, but yeah, he does. He loves talking to my dad, and he goes over there and tells Grandma that, tells Debbie that, oh, Grandma, you cook so much better than my mom, and she's like, yeah, and then
Gives her a big head.
oh yeah,
I know, I do.
But I'm like,
my grandkids are the same way.
But I'm like, she should cook better than
she's got more years
of experience. And I was like, and a lot of what she, that's certain foods of what I make are because she taught me.
Yeah.
And then, the other day I made some chicken caldo. Mm-hmm. And every time I make chicken caldo, or I make sopa, or I make beans, oh my God, it's just like, and it's weird because remember, she never let us cook. She never let us,
half the time I was already done.
Yeah.
Like, we'd come home from school, and I'd tell Angie this because, we've been married for a long time now, but he remembers Grandma's food too, and to this day. And because she'd always have something, chile con carne, frijoles, and sopa, or fideo, or any kind of stew. Every day, there's always frijoles and sopa for sure. But there's always something else too. And he remembers because, when you go over to her house, he's like shoving a plate in your face. Well, eat, come.
Did it ever like baffle you though how like if you did just show up at her house and there was nothing on the stove and like you look in her refrigerator and there didn't appear to be anything that you could eat, and then within like 15 minutes
she'd throw something together.
She had like a whole entire entree, and you're like,
yeah.
Was there
where's that come from?
secret compartment in the refrigerator that we did not see? Because
I always tell Andy this too, because I remember her hiding pop in the closet. Mm-hmm. And I love pop. So I always knew where the pop was. So I snake it every now and then. But it was always for, I think, it was his special pop. So
we usually bought it. So
she did, but she had it, as kids or something like that.
Do you remember going and getting the dentine down out of her pocket?
Yes.
Her apron, spots.
Movies, but they were like apron things. Yeah.
And almost like,
I think that's when I started liking sitting in there.
No,
because I like sitting there. Everything.
She always had to.
Always.
I'm pretty sure she did it on purpose for us. It's not going to ask you just went to.
And we were able to take change, loose change, to go to the fire station.
Yeah.
To go get a pop out of the old school pop machine, the one where you pull the bottle out. Was it a Pepsi? Yeah.
Stick it in there.
The old school bottles, and then they didn't even have the thing to pop the glass off.
Well, and then you didn't dare trip and fall when you were carrying your bottle.
Yeah.
That was my specialty. I'm clumsy as hell.
Yeah,
every time we would walk to it, and so that's another thing. Like our grandma did not drive.
We walked everywhere.
We walked everywhere, and she had the little cart, and we would go walk to the grocery store and get groceries and come back. And I don't know what it was about me in that church, but it was almost like God would stop me every time because I would trip on the same curve every single time. Every time. Every time.
Have you seen the? Have you been on there? I haven't seen it either.
I've seen
my mom told me. Yeah, I haven't. I just heard it.
Yeah. So that being said, you're talking about your hombre. So how long have you been married? I mean, I remember
married 28 years already, but we were together probably 4 years before that. We met in high school. I know, it's crazy. We met in high school, and we used to have the same ride to school, which was good. But Adrian, Mrs. Bustamante used to take us to school. Teresa. And at that time, I don't even think he cared for him, and he put us the same things that he was checking me out, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. But we're just friends. We just started out as friends of mine. One summer we started dating together.
Isn't it funny how like one usually has a crush on the other, and the other one's usually like I was not paying attention.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at you. Okay.
And then that ends up being the one who's like really, 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 really super in love. The one who was like, I didn't even notice you.
Right. Yeah. Both were.
So you
That's
have
what I
said
said.
you have 3 beautiful children together. And you have 3 beautiful grandchildren.
I do. I have three super new baby ones. Roman was the first one. He's 7 now. And then I have Lena, who's getting ready to be 4 at the end of this month. And then Bentley just turned 2 in November.
Wow.
Yeah. And I watch them 2 days a week. That's kind of what I do now. It's like my life, watching grandbabies.
Isn't it weird though how like I mean I think about like how it kind of skipped over a whole entire generation. Like our moms were working moms,
They were.
and then like I see that a lot. Like I mean even with my Gen X friends and coworkers, they're like very involved grandparents, even though they have a full-time job, they're still very involved.
Like don't pick it up on the weekends or every other
Yeah,
weekend. Like a lot of
them.
See, our parents did not do that.
You don't say.
But yeah, I was hoping you were going to get to that. Yeah, because my mom, you don't say.
Hey,
It's like,
you're over there like,
bad.
and they're like, oh well, you know what, you gotta get some sleep.
Right. That's my mom was like, no, I don't have time to watch kids. Or we'd have like a specific time. You're going to dinner? Okay, so that should take 2 hours, so you need to be right back.
You better eat fast.
Eat fast, yeah.
And don't make it out of the car.
There's no wait. So
No making out in the car because you
Right.
had enough of that when you got pregnant in the first place.
yeah. So I was like, nah. Well, but now I think that's the thing that we're trying to change though, is because our parents didn't help us that much. Um, like I felt, and mom, Kayla being a single mom too, I feel like needs more help from us. And so we do help her a lot more, but she needs more help than AJ. Like AJ, I do watch this baby one day a week. My grandbaby, Bentley. So they're all Bentley's a baby, so that's cute. He's in a cute age. He's a little chubby and but yeah, I mean I feel like being that I didn't have anybody to help and babysit well now or hardly ever that I feel like I want to change that and be close to my grandkids, which we are very close. Like my grandkids love Momo and Polo. Like that's what they call us. And Roman's the one that started Momo because I just used to say, because some people are like, oh, I want to be called this or that. Like I'm gonna let him call me whatever he wants to call me. Whatever he comes up with, that's going to be the name for all the grandkids. And Roman's the one that came up with Momo, so they all call me Momo and Popo. And they all call Popo. They love too. So, but I just get to see him more because he's at work. So they'll FaceTime.
Yeah.
Like 2 and 3 times when, grandkids are there and he hasn't seen them. And he'll just be driving his truck and FaceTiming with them. Yeah, and we're showing them all our toys and whatnot.
Yeah, I think
It's
that's
fun.
awesome.
It's fun to be able to do that.
Well, and I mean, like for me, I was told I wasn't going to be able to have a child, and so like I know that there's a lot of people who feel that my child is super spoiled and kind of bratty, and my thing is like, well, for one, had him late.
Yeah.
I was already established in my job, in my house.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, and so like. And then me being in my relationship that I was just in, I mean, he had a really great job too, and that gave opportunity for us to be able to give him a better life than, than a lot of kids do. And I don't feel like I don't feel like it's a fault that I'm able. Like Andy's my only child. If I had to share,
Every only child, to honest to God, is a split.
Yeah, well, and the thing is
Because it's their one and only child,
but
and
the
if they're
crazy
able to
thing
do that.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, every only child I've ever talked to, they asked them what was the one thing that you wish you had, and they're like siblings. I wish I had somebody to play with, and
You're
somebody to fight with, and somebody to have.
Now, my daughter Lily is like, even though she's got older siblings,
she's like, we're younger than me.
yeah, and she's like, why didn't you have another one? And I was like, honestly, I thought about it. Then I had you, and I was just so tired and just out of it that I was like, I don't know if I can do
Well,
another
because you had
baby.
her later
A
too,
little
right?
bit later, yeah. So I mean, I was just like, I can do another child. Like this is it. And then we were able to spoil her because she was like just starting because I had the other two young, 2 years apart, and then I came along, which okay. So yeah, she's got like her bestie that she's been to school with since preschool. They graduated together. We're going to college together, and they're still friends. So she's like her sister, and her mom calls Lily their other daughter. They have three. They never had a boy. They have three girls, and then my daughter Lily. They called her their fourth daughter. No, she's those are like her sisters.
I mean, I loved growing up with, I mean, I'm still like, I would say my brother's probably my other best friend.
Yeah.
Just because we have the, you know, like we have like the entirety of our life together. And so there's memories that we have, like, you know, before my mom passed away, and then we have, you know, a whole entire family after my mom passed away, you know, where I've got another sister and then my stepmom and my, you know, we have more years as a blended family than we did as our nuclear family.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still like, there's times we still go back and remember like things that we did in the old house or, you know, um,
I still remember your old house.
yeah, like we were talking the other day about like he
When
always
you guys
has,
had the pool too, and that was fun.
no, that was yeah, that was the old house.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
just the old house.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
my
talking about the one.
senators.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, yeah, but I mean, just, but yeah, I mean, so back to like, you and I, we've talked a lot about like the differences even between. So for our guests, point of reference, our parents are one of 10, and our parents fall right in, like your mom's number 5, my dad's number 6.
Is it older?
Yeah,
I do.
or maybe your mom's 6 and my dad's 7.
I think so.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
6 and 7, and then our grandparents, our grandpa was 25 years older than our grandma, which, oh,
That's crazy.
when I say it out loud,
That's so high, doesn't it?
not sound right at all.
I think this
But back in those days, I guess that was normal. But
that's what they say.
yeah, and then but our grandfather passed away when our uncles were like teenagers, and so
And I was born already. Me and Chris were born.
yeah,
We're babies.
babies. And but we talk about like the difference in like the upbringing even of them, because I feel like our parents are, I don't know, maybe they were like the test dummies or something. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like they were like the two older ones, and they have more responsibility. And I don't think that they have like as much of the nurturing from grandma as the younger 3, because like the younger 3 of our uncles, they're very, very involved with their grandchildren.
Yeah, well, they don't even have grandkids. You have to bear involved.
Well, he has a granddaughter.
He does.
You know.
And that's the one uncle that I was like, oh, he'd be the best grandpa ever.
Yeah, doesn't have any yet, but yeah, Benny is a
But I bet
pretty
it's one. I'm hoping it's one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good one. But yeah,
Oh yeah, Benny is. I've heard. I haven't really seen him. I've seen him once.
she's having missing events because
Yeah.
Benny was at the house and
Yeah.
technically Benny by herself.
That's his baby.
That's his baby. So, but yeah, and not that our parents didn't love us, but our parents were more like, matter of fact, I don't know. I can't look. My dad was very, very loving and affectionate. It was me when I was little, growing up. He was super, but always hugging me, and we watched TV. And he'll tell you, he never ever thought of his kids that he thought was going to go into like the industry of like doing anything with the fans. He thought it was going to be me, because when I was little, I was the one under the car with him.
Yeah, you wanted to see.
You know, like, Daddy, what are you doing? What's that for?
And
Yeah.
wanted to see how things worked.
I remember helping him.
Why?
Why? Why? It's not, I'm sure he was probably like
you are now. I'm getting flustered. Can you go back inside?
It is crazy because I had a kid just like you. And I don't get frustrated with them. Like he'll ask me, "Mom, can I ask you a question?" And I'm like,
It's because you were like that.
"Yeah, like
You didn't want nobody to get frustrated with you.
yeah, yeah,
So,
because I'm inquisitive. I'm
yeah.
like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be defiant. I just like clarification and understanding. You know, he said he's the same way. He's like, "Mom, can I ask you a question? Mom, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, I think probably the thing the most is like, stop asking me if you can ask me a question and just ask me the question.
Yeah. According to my family, I asked him.
But it's because you're trying to gain understanding too.
Yeah. I think it is, but to them it's being nosy, I guess. But I just want to know. I just want to know. Like when, why, like I don't know how to explain it. You know, I don't really know. It's just like when, like what time. Yeah, it's just too many questions for them. I'm like,
well, because the younger generation feels pressure to try to give them like timelines where
maybe
they're
that's
more
what it is.
fluid. Like they're more like,
Let's go with the flow.
yes.
Yeah, and I'm a planner. So
like they're a reflection of the drugs that they have. You know? Like they come like in a natural stone. Kumbaya.
they like that all now.
Or just more chill. They're more laid back. I don't know. I feel like
I feel like they don't give a fuck. That's what I feel like. That's my theory. That's what they don't.
But you know what though? Let's ask ourselves honestly, have they really had to give a fuck?
Or were they just rotten? Got all their way.
Well, the thing is that we knew we did not get that.
We wanted. Yeah.
So then I see myself doing it. Like I see myself saying,
"Oh, we gave them everything that we could possibly give them."
Because you're like, I didn't have that, so I want you to have.
I didn't have name brand clothes, so we're gonna buy you the best. And like, well, we did when they were young. And I'm like, it kind of fizzled off when we. Yeah. Well, you go, RJ. Yeah. No, but Lily wasn't as picky like that. Like she's okay with like so.
No, I just think that they're more like
she's different.
Like the younger generations, they care more about feeling than like productivity. Does that make sense? Like they don't care about getting stuff done. It's more like, do you talk to me with respect? Do you treat me like an equal? Do you, how do I feel? And we were always like, be seen and not heard, motherfuckers. Like they didn't say that, but that's what was implied. Yeah. You don't matter. We don't want to hear you. We don't care about anything you have to say unless you are bleeding. I remember when I was like sick and I would be like, I don't feel good. And my dad was like, if you don't have a fever and you're not throwing up or having movements, you're not sick. Right. Get up, make it happen. Yeah. And then I would call your mom and your mom would call me now. She did?
No. I'm just scared. I'm like, so she left to work and she's like, I'm not going.
Yeah, I think she did it like once or twice. But
when I was like high school, I went to school all the time. I'm like, yeah, you graduated. But like, I just didn't want to go. There's something that.
Were you bored at school? Or okay, so
I didn't say I was bored, probably because I didn't study for a test. Or didn't have like an assignment. I know, I'm worried about that. Sometimes I just did. I wasn't bullied.
Kind of how we feel like in menopause. Yeah. We're like, don't.
Oh, yeah. I have those days. Like, I'll stay up.
Why are you reading?
Andy is sometimes he'll ask me, like, you haven't even been in the house for like 2 days. I'm like, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I don't even want to talk. Like, right now.
Why are you talking to me? Shush!
Go.
That's not my
word. He does have to deal with some shit. I do feel sorry for him sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I do because I can be. But
so, I'm starting to realize that maybe I was on comparing menopause in my last relationship, but that's likely I actually was.
Because I was in my late 40s when I was.
Yeah, and so but it's funny because like sometimes I'll just like. Felipe calls it raging, and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
And you don't know. And then somebody will ask you what's wrong with you, and you don't know. I just don't feel good, or I don't. You stop liking her right now? I don't even know how to explain it. 'Cause you can't.
Well, watch the We Do Not Care Club because she explains it well. Do you ever see her? You gotta look her up on TikTok. It's called We Do Not Care.
Okay.
It is a group of perimenopausal. Her name's Melody or something like that. But she was in her car one day and she just like how her story started. Like she was in her car one day and she just wasn't feeling it and she was just like, "We do not care if you like us. We do not share if you think we're mean. We do not care if blah blah blah." And she's like started this whole entire "We do not care" movement of Gen X, millennial, like late millennial. Mhm. Mhm. The millennials have got to the zillennials or whatever they're called, but anyway, like we do not care for. And like she'll have like every day she has an announcement. We do not care if we've been in the same clothes for 2 weeks. Now that's an exaggeration, but I think like we do not care. We do not care.
We don't take a shot.
Yeah, we do not care. We do not ignore. We do not care. There's a smoke pump or whatever it is. That's why, like, I mean, like right now, you know, people are like, "Hey, you want to get into another relationship?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
right now, no. Right now, like, don't like. I don't even like myself some days. Like, I don't even want to be bothered with me.
Yeah, I have friends that are single at this age.
And I'm definitely not.
They don't want to meet a guy friend
I
right now.
definitely don't want to babysit.
And they don't want to even sleep in a bed with a guy right now. They're just like, I'm not even thinking about that right now. And I'm like, oh, I mean, being the way I am right now, Andy probably wants to run as far as he can. Like my mom told him to do a long time ago, but you know,
She did tell him that.
she did. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you still, you better run as far as you can. He still remembers that, so he still dancing in my face. Maybe I should have listened to your mom. I'm like, yeah.
You were there that day.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. And that's just an example. Like, I would never tell my daughter's man to run as far as, I mean, I could think it, but I'm not going to say it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll be like, I'm going to let you up there yet. Oh, buddy. Because we're in that phase too.
Yep.
You want her?
Yeah.
It's hot. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I like my response to pretty much like, there's times that we think, you're so mean. And I was like, cool. And he's like, why do you just say cool for everything? I'm like, because I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you want to be around me. I don't care.
See, and that's how I am right now too. And like, if Andy wants to argue about some stupid little thing, I'm to the point where I don't even have anything to argue with you right now. Like, I just don't. Like, Indians like, stop kidding. No, I do care about you. It's just that I just, whatever I'm going through right now, I'm like, and then I'm always sending him little crap to read and doesn't read it up.
See, that's why I don't even want to make I don't want to make your doctor's appointment. Yeah. If you're a grown ass man, I don't want to make doctor's appointments for you. I want you to okay, what I just said. I told you that's getting a friend.
Yeah.
If you are my man, if we would even consider this, I need you to be self-sufficient. I am.
Good luck.
I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
And if you want me to be, you know, like any kind of submissive, you're gonna have to actually do everything I do. That's the thing is I'm so independent. It's like
that's a problem too. That's what because I feel like Kayla is too.
Yeah. So like, okay, I'm on TikTok way too much, but there's a Gen X guy on there, and he made a list. He's like 10 things that you should never have to do if you're in a relationship.
Okay.
Do you know out of the 10 things that he listed on there was only one that I didn't do when I was in my last relationship?
Oh, wow.
It was like putting gas in your own car.
Yeah.
Taking your car to the mechanic.
Yeah.
Washing your car. Shoveling your own driveway. Cutting your own grass.
No.
No, go on me. Taking out the trash. That's the only one I didn't do on this list of 10.
Oh, taking out the trash. Well, we both do.
Cook dinner.
We both do the trash. I can't say I do it all the time. Or else, like, he'll take it out when I bring the kitchen.
I would whoever the first person would see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cooking dinner. There's two or three other ones that I can't remember, but I was like, damn,
You did a lot.
I did 9 of those things, and he did 1.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
shut up with
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
ever want to be in that situation
No.
again. Never.
No, blame you.
And I mean, like I said, money's great.
Yeah.
But men, fellas, especially you older Gen X fellas, money and your blue pill are not in this shit. That, like, we already know it. How knows it. We're fading out. We get that. We're fizzling. We're not the firecrackers that we were
No,
before.
definitely not.
But those two things, if those are the way that you're still trying to entice a woman, that worked when we were 20. That does not work for full-grown women who have been taking care of themselves for a very long time. If that's no disrespect, it's just the truth. So, I'm not saying I want a broke dude, but I'm saying
No.
that wasn't what I'm saying.
No.
I want you to have equal or more than what I have is what I'm saying.
That's more like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Equal or more, and you put in equal or more effort into your own life than what I'm putting into my own. Yeah. I don't want to have to. My dad had said if a man hasn't figured out who he is after 40, he's not going to. I don't want to have to shove a man. I don't want to have to be there. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't want to.
What is that called on the front of it? You know, like a snowplow?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to be your snowplow. Yeah. You know?
Have to get in the right direction. And,
No.
yeah.
No. I have a child. I have a child for that. And he's pretty self-sufficient too.
Because you've taught him that.
Like the other day, his tire busted on his bike. He called his friend's dad and asked him
On his own. And just,
on his own. And he said, you know, Michael's going to come over and help me change my tire. But he came over and he gave him the tools. And he said, here you go. He's like, I'm going to stand back and watch you. I'm going to guide you and show you how to do it. But
he taught him.
he taught him. He
That's
did.
good.
Made him do it himself. And I was like, cool. Thank you.
Now, I am thankful for my husband with that because he has taught, like AJ. Really, I'm surprised he hasn't taught the girls, but I guess he figures he's still here, so he can do whatever they need as far as parts, which he does. Like the other day, Lily's, something happened to her, I can't remember, the alternator, needed an alternator. And so he knows how to change it. Well, he knows from his dad. And then, of course, it trickles down. Like he showed AJ. AJ knows how to do a lot with cars and changing tires and all that. If changing the oil, I mean, we haven't had to pay to change our oil in years. Because AJ and Andy do it. And they learn that from, their father figure or somebody else that teaches them. And they remember that. Which is a good thing, I think.
Well, I'm grateful for your husband because your husband actually comes and shovels my garden. Well, yes, Andy cuts my grass. And he's got a big heart. He's got a very big heart, and I appreciate that he understands the connection you and I have.
He does.
And
he does Kayla's.
Yeah. And I know that he's told me, I see how much you do. And I know that you're trying and you're working hard. And the only time he didn't cut my grass, and he told me, like, straight up, the only time he didn't cut my grass is when I had a man living here, and he said,
it was hard for him to be.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. He told me.
He said, it's hard for me to cut her grass knowing that her man's car's in the driveway, and he's probably inside doing who knows what. But I kind of understood that. I mean,
I'm not told him my side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I said, I'm not mad at you. Not at all.
But when he knew you were completely by yourself and that, he wanted to, which, yeah. I need it.
No, this coming year. No, actually, you know what? Felipe's been doing it.
I was going to say,
yeah, he's actually.
He made some help this summer.
Oh, you know what? He's been trying to find jobs. That would
be a job.
So he wants to work so much.
I mean, it might not be his favorite job, but because he does it on the side, but it is getting older. He can always use somebody on the help.
Yeah,
so tell me keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And he's a kind of Roman's in training. He's a little bit too even you have to be like a certain weight on the rider too. And he told him as soon as he's at that weight, or he can sit on there, and ride.
He would love that.
But yeah,
and Stephen told him that he could hire him out and cut the contract.
Okay.
But I think anybody and everybody, that's family that I would trust him with. Yeah, I mean, I think he's willing to learn, and he definitely wants to make money. And he's a self-sufficient little
I
dude.
feel like everybody, like, crap, like Nick helped Andy for a while. I nephew Nick, all the kids, and oh, Ethan did for a long time. He continued to do it a long time, but yeah, he used to help them too. Because they're like certain things they want their own cash.
Yeah, he
They want to
doesn't
buy
feel
their
like
own
he
stuff.
doesn't feel like the money flow that I provide for him is enough. And then like depending on the where the wind blows, you get child support, sometimes you don't. Like we've been on a break for like over a
That's
month.
unfortunate, but yeah,
And so that's just kind of like that's his fun money. Like that's his
right.
money to be able to do extra stuff. If he wants to buy new brand clothes, that's his thing. But I just tell him like that you shouldn't get to the point where you depend on that because
Yeah,
other people are dependable. And so
yeah, yeah. It's like
yeah.
it's not a thing that's always gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's not personal. Like you gotta just tell them hard and you get work but not worrying about what everybody else is doing. Yeah. Like I'm also teaching him, trying to do my best to teach him not to lose crutches and not to be bitter with situations that he'll find out. And he'll figure things out on his own. And I mean, that'll be that.
Mhm.
So, all right. What has been some of the best advice you've been given?
Best advice I can get. Thank you.
You want my card?
Yeah, because I don't. That's another thing. I'm kind of paused.
You're pausing on your
Hmm.
box.
Yeah, like I just go for it. So, oh, yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah, to be yourself and not worry about what other people think, which is something that happens with age too. Because I used to care more about what people think, and now I'm to that point that I'm me and you
Yeah.
can accept me for how I am. If I'm too much or not enough, then I'm sorry. But I'm gonna be
Sorry
myself.
for you.
Yeah, for you. But
Yeah, I mean, that's what I
they
take.
either like you or they don't, and
Yeah.
I'm to that point where I'm starting to be like, you don't.
I'm gonna like my people pleasing give us
Yes,
something like that. Where she's like,
exactly.
you take me or you um, I'm not jumping through hoops for you.
Yeah, definitely.
If you don't like me, hey, that's cool. No problem. Like it is what it is. I mean, not, I mean, my thing is, I can't remember. I've always been, like you said, I I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. So most people don't know that about me, but I love to learn. I went to school. So I go to a lot of conventions and I really do love learning about like human development and human emotion. And I remember going to a conference somewhere or something, um, and they were like, 10% of the people you meet will not like you for no reason.
Yep.
And 20% will this, and they gave like a breakdown. So like, I think you ended up with actually like maybe 15% of people who actually genuinely like you and care about you, and everybody else is like acquaintances, right? They'll take you or if they need something from you or whatever. And when I learned that, I just like it made me like just stop caring so much because I realized like because my thing used to be like I don't know why they don't like me. I didn't do anything to them.
Yeah, I didn't.
There's just people like
What did I do?
yeah, like and we used to go to bars and stuff, and there would be girls, and they'd be like,
Giving in dirty looks. Yeah.
and I'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, I've never done anything
I
to
don't
them.
even know you.
Yeah, I don't know you like that. Like, why don't you like me? And then it just, then like I said, like now that we're older, it's just kind of like, well, whatever. Too bad for you, because I'm great. I
You just don't know what you're missing.
you don't know what you're because you can eat all this bottle of fun. Okay, let's see. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Oh shit.
Oh, thank you. See,
I'm telling you.
that should change. And also, at the bottom, girl. Can you see it? You need a
I can see.
magnifying glass. I can.
Oh yeah, and I was just thinking about this one, that I wish I wouldn't have went back and forth doing hair and I would have like, blah blah, accumulated more clientele. Yeah. So the example is, as I'd have my kids, I'd take off some time and stay home with my children, which is fine. I mean, that wasn't a bad thing, staying home with them. But I would go back and forth to hair. And so, like, I know my friends now that been doing hair and never got out of it, and they had like a daycare provider, and stuff, and they stayed in it. They're really successful, and I just feel like they're making really good money per week because they've gained all that clientele, which I guess me not being consistent. I mean, they're not going to keep that clientele. It's just like back and forth. But if there's some that I've been doing for since right out of high school, and I would go to their house. I remember that too when the kids were babies. I would just do house calls, and they liked that and I was able to, carry a baby in a carrier, put the baby in the swing, and do hair, and they didn't mind it. And they had kids there, or they play together. But yeah, I wish I would have stuck to it, and I still say that to this day. Get myself in that. Because I mean, doing hair, you really can make money if you stick to it, and then you know,
That's what I really wanted.
stay consistent.
Mhm. I wanted to be a cosmetologist, and my dad talked me out of it. And
Because they think they don't make money, but
you do
really,
get clientele.
yeah, and then for like I was I'd probably be making just as much as my husband doing hair.
And I'm
Just
down
because
for
I
it.
do. Yeah.
They would have paid just so I can listen to them.
I feel like, yeah, I've been doing Stephanie's clientele. She had a knee surgery done. And that's the thing that I tell Mike talking girl. Stephanie doesn't talk as much as I do. I feel like he's like business. I'm getting into that. We'll do a little shit that, but I talk the whole time. Mhm. They might like it or they might not. I don't know. That's probably the big deal. When they go back to Stephanie, oh, she's talking my ear
If
off.
they're menopausal, it's probably like, oh, she was shit up like that.
Actually, yeah, that might shut up. I can't remember. Thanks. Like, really talking my ear off. I feel like time. Okay. And they probably do too, because they're like, hey, I'm already done. Yeah, so I didn't realize it. I'm talking your ear off the whole time. Yeah.
Okay, last question was, what would you tell your older self? What would you say to your older self?
First of all, say
Change it.
no. That's why.
Did you offer?
Yeah, I know.
Say what you want.
Now we get to the new edition.
I'm just so excited.
Oh,
I'm still trying to figure out an outfit for that.
I don't even know what
It has to be
happened.
something that's easy to pee in, though.
Yep.
Drinking.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you can't have all these layers on.
Yeah, we got hot last time too. Remember, we were like
dancing and drinking. Yeah, that wasn't fun. Well, yeah, we had this stuff going. Still nothing for my older self. I would tell people to take care of their health, which some people aren't healthy. I mean, I can't say. So far, my doctor's visits have been okay. So I'm okay with that part. And then good luck going through menopause because that shit sucks. And that's an ugly thing. Like I said, and it is.
It is. But I'm glad that we're that our generation's bringing awareness to it, because I feel like the generations coming up won't be so blind to it. And I hopefully that
People talk about it more.
People talk about it more, and I'm hoping that with like the women in the medical profession, like like again, I'm a big nerd, and so like I watched a PBS special not that long ago, and they said that when they go through medical school, there is literally like a 3-page, like it's not even a whole chapter. It's like 3 pages in a chapter about the women's reproductive system, and that they treat women. They give women a lower dose of medication that they give men. They're like, we're not little men. We're women. Like our whole entire chemistry is completely different. But everything that we are given is based on what they would give men for their problems. And so it makes sense why we don't get the same results. You know, and then all of our life we've been told to do a lot of cardio and do a lot of riding and do a lot of nice skipping.
Running? No.
Do a lot of walking. And then, but now the women's health for perimenopause, menopause, now they're like, don't do as much cardio, but do heavy weightlifting.
Oh.
Yeah, like do weightlifting because our bone density is decreasing because of the estrogen in our bodies like decreasing, and so as that happens, it makes our bones more fragile, more brittle, and so they're like start like they're actually saying women in their 30s should start lifting heavy to get their bone density like strong enough.
I don't remember reading my 30s being so.
What?
Now it's new.
Oh, yeah. Now we're 50, almost at 50. But you are 50, and I am going to be 50. Now they're like, oh, yeah, hey, by the way, everything we told you the last 20 years, scratch that. Now we're doing this. Eat more protein, get enough sleep, which is, a fucking joke.
That's funny.
That is funny because I can't even sleep for the whole entire night.
I can't anymore.
Last night, I wasn't sure if I was kind of cold all night. Like, 1 minute.
The one laying out.
Yeah.
And
then one.
Yeah.
And I've got 2 fans on me. And I've got.
Oh, I freaked my husband out. He's like, it is cold in here.
Cooling mattress pad and then cooling pillow.
I have a cooling pillow, not a mattress pad though.
And then I got my big man that I hug, which is my body pillow. And he's not. I need to get a cold one of him to
get a cold one.
Yeah, because that one's not cold, and then sometimes he makes me hot.
And I was gonna say, how are you even having a pillow? Like, I can't even even my husband's heat coming off his body. It's just like, oh my god. Even if he's space, even if he's breathing like against me, it's like I'm not
to take up space.
Okay, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's not so much that.
Okay,
because sometimes I push him away too. Yeah. And then I got my other pillow that's cold.
Yes. Well, and then I have a window right by the bed, and sometimes it could be like it's cold because it can't get.
No,
I'll do it
because I don't want to get a head cold.
I do feel like shit my state and right, but I still, if I'm hot, I'm like trying to do anything to not be.
Have you seen those fans that come up like the foot of your bed?
No.
It goes under your sheets and it blows. It's a fan and it blows air under the sheets.
Yep.
And
I'm trying to do anything at this point.
For the undercarriage.
Yeah. That's so. Undercarriage. Well,
undercarriage is hot. This is hot.
Yeah, anything. It's just too hot.
It's hot. And it's
yeah. Have your ears itched? Lately I've been like,
that's a common thing, but no,
mine have been itching. So in my eyes have been bad. Where I just like rub them until they're raw in the morning. I've had by some of those. It's not helping, so I don't know.
Everything
just dry and crusty. No. Look, I haven't even drank anything. You know, I'm already. You had one last.
I haven't had it.
I'm a pop. I was at home, I would. You can be right.
No, we're just responsible now.
That is it, because
I mean, I remember the days when I used to get home. I remember when I used to get home and wake up the next day from the club, and my car was in the garage, and I'd be like,
"Gotta get home."
Jesus, I gotta be home. Don't do that. That is bad.
Yeah, that is bad.
We didn't have a blue area.
Oh yeah, it was.
We had yellow taxi cabs, and those weren't safe to get in. So.
Yeah, even when if we get a dance that we know we're both going to be drinking, like the Valentine dance, by the way, Manuel and Josette. What's it called? It's the Teamsters?
It is the Teamsters Valentine's dance. It's going to be on Saturday, February 14th.
Yet, but
I don't know if it's full, but it is. I think it's $350 for a table of 10. Or $35 for an individual, and that does come with dinner and dancing.
It's a good time. It's been going the last 4 years for us. I mean, I know it's been going on longer, but once we started going, we started having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. And this year it's on them type of days.
It's on and off time of day. I'm gonna take my happy year. And she asked if they're going this year. So
Who? Oh, here you go. Like, you can anything to do. I guess she'll have fun.
yeah, she loves to go on and dancing and it's fun. Yeah. We get time with the family and everything. So I think you were gonna call out Kayla too.
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah. My daughter is she's an RN, but she's also started her own business. Michaela Barker. Shout out to my daughter.
She's the best esthetician.
Yeah, she is also well, it's she does Botox, fillers, all that stuff to make you so beautiful. Um Instagram and Facebook is at Balanced Beauty KC, Michaela Barca. And then my other shout out is to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law who do the greatest tamales in town. MFJ, Manuel and Josette. So you can reach out to them. Um, I'm not sure if they have I couldn't find the website.
I'll put their links to their social media.
There we go. So yeah. If anybody interested in tamales, that's where to get them.
Well, I am so grateful to you for going and like having fun, and we're gonna have to get you back on after we do the activities. Yeah, after we do the activities, we'll have to have a recap of how everything went. We did with the audition concert, and then we're going to.
It's Tony Braxton, the audition, and Boys to Men. That's gonna be a good one. I will say. I've been reminiscing, like going back to their songs, and there's some good ones.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun memories back from those days. Fun, terrific.
A little bit of everything, but memories.
Yeah. But we're gonna have a great time. And so girls night out, and I'm excited. We'll have me back on. We'll talk more about
maybe towards my birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do need some more.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I'm proud of you for having your podcast. I know you've been wanting to do it for a while.
Oh, thank you. I know it's been like 3 years in the
been a while. We've been talking about it and working on it. Yeah. So hopefully it goes good and better, and you're getting everything every time. I'm sure you're getting newer things and
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah,
figuring it out. And I do need to probably swallow my pride and utilize the resources that have told me that they would come and help me out. And so
you should.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I'm putting it out there because there's people like yourself who get in touch with you too, people that have small businesses. And
one time
I've been having them telling them if they want to, talk more about their business.
I'm going to give you my business cards. You can hand them out like
to in here. I have some resources and people.
Yeah, I want to support local businesses, small businesses. People we know that want to tell their story. My minority-owned businesses. I'm sure it's. I want to make sure that, and not just minority-owned. I just had my friend Nicole on.
Yeah.
The last episode.
What's the girl that it's on? Yeah, she just got her on TikTok. I found her. She liked it. And then you know her. You're friends with her too. She's the one that does like handmade clothes and whatnot.
Oh, my sister's closet.
My sister's closet. I couldn't think that. I'm sorry.
I've been trying to get her. Yeah, do you know that she actually has a food pantry too?
Yes. I'll get something. I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
So I need to drop some.
I know, I do too.
I say that every time I watch it, and I'm like, because it's not far. I mean, I work by the state, but
yeah. I've been trying to. I told her I was like, I really want to have you on because I support everything that she's doing. She does clothes. She does custom clothes, so she gets consignment clothes, and then she does some updates to them. So she has a consignment shop. She is also does a food pantry in the neighborhood. she's just a really good person.
She puts clothes in there too, like W clothes and
Yeah, she
food and
provides
whatever.
clothes and food for individuals who yeah. And so yeah, these are the people that we really want to make sure that we showcase in this capacity. And like I really want to make sure that the thing is that people who are like this, they don't want recognition, and that's not what they're looking for. But if they had community support, people put a name with the face, and we know who we're giving our funds to and helping, what causes we're helping, and to move the community forward. That's definitely the goal. Mishaps and miracles, of course, is we are here to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. We are really big on healing, um, bringing awareness, especially to our Hispanic community, about emotional intelligence and healing and mental health and all of the things that maybe we're not taught to talk about. Um, just kind of breaking those things out of the shell and making it a little bit more comfortable to talk about and to hear about. And hopefully, we can impact lives in a positive way by something that's said. It might be the mishap that actually gets somebody's attention, and it might be the miracle. There are miracles that happen every day, um, all around us. We just have to be aware and paying attention to what's already good in our life, and then make sure that we talk about it, and not in a way that is like conceited or arrogant, but just so that people know there is a silver lining in the darkness. We want to bring light. So thank you again for being on the podcast. And as always, all my love, Jennie V.